Third race here at Rosehill on this beautiful spring afternoon. State of America is now locked away. And we await on pocketing with Vega Magnifico in. And pocketing backing up from finishing down the course at Randwick last week as the last to go in. Locked and loaded, there's the light. Race 3 Rosehill, open betting race. And they're off and racing. Hutchins flopped out of the gates last. Vega Magnifico came out with intent. The intent of leading by the looks of it. Ajita God's Window handy with Tastula and pocketing being sent forward wide out. And they put a gap in the other two, State of America and Hutchins in the early stages. So Vega Magnifico in front. For Brace Knock with pocketing striding up on the outside. Tastula's going to race a handy third, Ajita fourth, the Rouse and God's Window fifth. And a gap to the other two, State of America and Hutchins as they work to the back. Approaching the 1,400 metres and Vega Magnifico back in Sydney leads the way by a length and a half to pocketing, followed by Ajita improving its position on the rails, travelling pretty strongly in advance of Tastula the other. Two further back to the English import God's Window, 2.5 State of America, who's starting to pick up the bridle a bit, and 3/4 of a length to Hutchins back last on the rails. So Vega Magnifico works along the back section of the course, a length and a half to spare at the 1,000 from pocketing. Then came Ajita. Tastula very handily positioned, one out, one back. Two further back to God's Window, travelling strongly from Hutchins and State of America is the last one. So the field is 7, race to the 800 metres, and Vega Magnifico looking to make all now. Berry sets God's Window alight, and God's Window starting a run. Vega Magnifico being headed by pocketing now, and God's Window improved its position by about 3 or 4 slots there by going to third. Ajita still fourth, the rails from Tastula. State of America hooking wide, and Hutchins stays now to the rails. Into the straight, Vega Magnifico from pocketing under immense pressure. Then God's Window, Ajita in restricted room from Tastula, and State of America down the outside. A good finish coming up. Pocketing joined Vega Magnifico. God's Window claimed the pair, and now State of America claimed the trio. Tastula's battling away, and then came Ajita. State of America wide out. God's Window's fighting back on the inside. State of America in front from God's Window though, and State of America won it. State of America by a half length to God's Window. Third, Tastula's wide out with Vega Magnifico. Very tight for third, then pocketing Ajita, and Hutchins was last to finish. State of America. State of America. Zach Lloyd just keeping his powder dry when God's Window took off and just advanced its position approaching the bend, and State of America paying $11.20 a win, $4.20 a place. God's Window $1.80. There'll be no third dividend regardless of who gets the stride in there. Winner trained by David Payne here at the track. His second Rosehill success, this 6-year-old by American Pharaoh at a State the Obvious. And his third win over today's distance at 2,000 metres, carrying the 58 kilos. In the time of 2:02.33, 35.12 the last 600 metres, 35.12. Standing by on the third number, Vega Magnifico on the inside was trying to cling on and has done so. So the numbers are there now, 4, 2, 6 and 8. Vega Magnifico third, Tastula fourth the outside. So 4, 2, 6, 8 the placings on race number 3.